We use Vooray mainly to help us track the success of our ambassadors, right? So Vooray, our customers are super important to us. What they're talking about, how they're talking about our products, the brand sentiment that they put across to their friends and peers. So we use Vooray to help us track what that sentiment is. At first, Vooray was simply a way for us to manage influencer marketing. And as we've used it, we've realized the real power of Vooray is helping us convert actual customers into influencers and ambassadors naturally. And Vooray makes it super easy to track that. We can see who's talking, what they're talking about. We can see how many followers they have. We can see where they're located. The data that Vooray brings to our game is leaps and bounds above what we were using out of the back end of Shopify or even other influencer platforms we were using before. No other influencer platform has done for us what Vooray has been able to do for our ambassador program. Like I mentioned, we had tried a lot of different influencer platforms. We tried the ones that help us go out and find influencers. We tried the ones that helped us listen, just straight social listening. They were all overpriced. They all lacked data. And they all had their own preferences baked into the results we were getting. So Vooray, one, I know Scott. I know his background in influencer marketing. He claims he ruined influencer marketing, but I think he's just one of the guys that's always pushing the envelope and evolving it. So I knew that the product he would be working on would be one that would be honest, it'd be authentic, the data would be accurate, and we found all those things to be true with Vooray. So once we got on the back end, we saw the data, we saw what Vooray would be able to bring to the table in terms of helping us get a better sense for who our customers are, the influence they might have, and help us track their influence with their peers and friends. It was a no-brainer for us. I'm all over this new term of C-commerce, which is the idea that your customers and turning them into authentic marketing engines is really the future of influencer marketing. So for me to have the ability to see you as a customer, to see which of your friends you're actually influencing into an actual Vooray customer, not just to talk about it, not just to tweet about it, and not just to get some followers on Instagram, but to actually convert as a customer, tells me far more than any other influencer platform has ever told us about who an actual influencer is, and give us a model that we can actually go after and scale, right? Because if I know that you're a customer and you're willing to talk about my brand, and I can get enough of you in my pool of data, so to speak, well, now I have a model that I can scale and run with and go find more of you, and it drops my customer acquisition score significantly. We just did a survey of every new customer that Vooray acquired in Q4 of last year. And it told us, we were asking things like where you first heard about Vooray. And it was staggering the number of people that had heard about it from a friend, seen it on an acquaintance and asked about it, or heard it from one of their trainers at a gym. And these are things that we can't track, right? I can't see those conversations. I can't be a part of those conversations, and I can't replicate those conversations. So the fact that Vooray allows us to get a little bit more insight and measure those conversations and see when they're happening and how often they're happening is huge for a marketer, right? That's a gold mine. So Vooray allows us to place a code in the hands of somebody that we feel like will be able to go and use it. I can see how many times that code is being used. I can see the value of those code uses, how frequently they're happening, and ultimately who that influencer is, right? So what we're working to do with Vooray right now is to attract those people through those codes, but also then convert those customers to be influencers themselves. So we work with a ton of personal trainers, and one of the things Vooray has helped us to do is to really turn personal trainers into the influencers that they are, but track their influence and track their essentially their conversion power with the members in their class, people they're teaching. And it's been awesome. It's been rad to see the effectiveness that again, these natural and authentic influencers have. And the conversations are natural, right? It's not forced. There's no BS radars going off anywhere. It's very authentic. It's where you would want to hear about a new product from a friend, from an acquaintance, somebody you trust. But it's not always happening on Instagram. In fact, in most cases, it's happening off Instagram. And Wooly is what allows us to track those conversations and scale them.